Welcome to the Forever Better Academy podcast, where you will be given the principles, tools, and techniques to reach the next stage on your journey of self-mastery. Who could you become? I'm your host, Wade Vincent. Hey guys, are you prepared to do what it takes? Now, a lot of people believe that they are, but not everyone can do what it takes. No, actually, let me rephrase that. Everyone can do what it takes. Everyone has it within them, but not every person does what it takes. All right, this is Wade Vincent, and you are here once again on another episode of the Forever Better Academy podcast. And today, I'm going to go through doing what it needs to doing what it needs to be done. Do what needs to be done. Do what it takes. You can say it in all different ways. Clearly, I'm having trouble saying it myself, but we're going to not let that stop us and get right into it. So, every single one of us has ambition and desires and dreams, right? It can be something as simple as wanting to get accepted into a good school, or it might be something as simple as making your local soccer team, or perhaps you want to learn a new skill like become a chef, or you might be looking to invent the next big thing, the next platform that changes the world, right? So big and small and everything in between, every single one of us has ambition and desire and something to aim for. Now, the ultimate goal with any desire that you have and you're looking to achieve is to achieve it, right? I know that sounds almost like a foolish statement. It's rather obvious, but it's important to lay the foundation here so I understand the conversation and where we're going with things. So it's crucial to know what the target is. As I've discussed in previous episodes, you can't hit a target if you don't understand where the target is and where to look, right? So when you're chasing your dreams and your desires and the things that you want to achieve, the ultimate thing is to achieve them, right? Now, it may be that you're in an environment where you're trying to keep up with the Kardashians, right? Like everyone around you has a certain type of house or drives a certain car or has certain qualifications or education or whatever it may be, right? So environment plays a significant part in often what you're exposed to and what your shapes and molds you and your desires. Now, that's outward facing. So it's one aspect to be focused on how you sort of keep with the herd, or your ambition to maybe achieve a level of success that you've seen other people achieve. And then I think the other side of the coin is really that internal monologue of can I do it? How good am I? Am I capable? Do I think I can achieve this? I think that's part of the magic in it. When you're first, enjoying the wonder of the world, and you're finding your feet, and you're being exposed to new things, new ideas, and you start to find the things that appeal to you and you enjoy and you're excited by. They light up that fire in your soul. They make you want to jump out of bed in the morning. Those things that you can't get enough of. And I think part of that magic is the questioning of yourself, and I think it's healthy if done in the right way. So it's important to push yourself beyond your limits and challenge yourself in a constructive way where you're increasing your ability to stretch beyond those limits and comfort zones, rather than being destructive in a way of self-sabotaging yourself or down talking and bringing a negative aspect or energy to those ambitions, right? So the initial thing that that I feel is common among all of us when we first start going through this, and we discover, okay, this is my thing. I love it. I'm in it. Like for me, it was hip hop. That was the thing. That was like, I'm doing this as my life. All I want to do. I'm gonna impact and change the world. This is the vehicle, or the vessel that I'm going to use. This is my opportunity here, right? So the first thing, I think, that once you have identified that thing, that's your thing, that lights up that the fire in your soul, you almost instantly get smacked in the face with a brick wall. Now, that's obstacle number one, right? So the first thing is, you're excited, and then bam, smack, straight in front of you, brick wall. Now, there's two camps here, right? So there's the people that see that brick wall appear and instantly go, oh, problem, this isn't for me. It's harder than I thought. I didn't really want to do it after all. And they let that obstacle define the next part of their journey. The course that they're on gets altered by the surroundings, and they're not in control of it anymore. They've given up and outsourced the control to the obstacles in their way. And then you have the other camp being the people that go, cool, here's something. There's an obstacle. This is an opportunity. It's not a problem. I need to learn something. I need to progress. How do I dig under the wall? How do I get around the wall? Is there a way I can climb over it? Is there a weakness in the wall that I can break through? It's a simple little shift, right? And this is what it comes back to, as I say, do what needs to be done. This is that thing it's not an obstacle to stop you. It's to really question how serious you are. These things, everything happens. Have you ever heard the saying, everything happens for you, not to you, right? So you can easily, I know, and it's daunting, because this is where I said we all start. This is that first obstacle. Everyone who decides has started the journey. You've already made a massive step, because you've taken action and you've decided, right? That's the first thing. You've got to make a choice, and when you've made that choice and you've taken the step, and you put that brick wall in your face, because you've moved, you've progressed, you've found a path that excites you, and you're headed down it. And every path, this is important to remember, every path that you travel has obstacles. The only difference being, the further you progress down these paths, you get better and more well equipped in handling and dealing with those obstacles and objections. That's all it is. Everybody faces this. Everyone has that test, or that challenge, or that experience where something presents itself, and it's not to burden you, it's for you, it's to make you grow, it's to see how capable are you? Are you ready yet? Are you ready for this next part of the path? Can you prove to the universe that you deserve this portion, this step, this stage of the path that you're traveling down? You have to do what needs to be done. So when we all go through that, as I said, when we hit that wall, you have two choices. You can either stop in your tracks, turn back around, and give up. It is hard. Yes, it's difficult for all of us. Or you can look at it and be thankful. Thankful for the brick wall, right? I know that seems, it almost seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? Thank you for giving me this obstacle. Thank you for giving me what I need to progress and become who I need to become, to travel down the path that I have chosen. And that's an important distinction to remember, that you decide. You get to choose where you go. And this is a harsh truth. I know a lot. I mean, I had to face this myself too. Like when I was in a position in my life where I wasn't happy with who I was and where I was and what I had available to me, the opportunities and options I had were very limited, and it was no one else's doing but my own. And in the sense of, it wasn't that I consciously decided that that's the life I wanted. It was the lack of action, the lack of effort, the lack of choice and decision in where I wanted to take my life that led me down that path. Whether you understand consciously or unconsciously, you're still traveling down a path. It's far better to choose the path, and then when the obstacles appear, they're not they're not as cumbersome or a burden to you as much because you've chosen the path. When you're traveling down a path that you're not excited about and there's no joy and there's no interest in, you're going down that road that you don't want to be on, there's still obstacles on that road. And when you hit those obstacles on that road, they feel so much more daunting and insurmountable because you don't want to be on that path anyway. So on top of being traveling down this path that you have no interest in being on, you're being smacked in the face with the same obstacles, only you have no joy or excitement or passion to push on and fight through them. It's powerful, isn't it? If you think about, that, everything is in motion. The universe is chaos, constantly moving, ebbs and flows, everything's moving. You're moving, you're part of that. We are the universe. We're still moving, even if we're unaware of it, right? So as you go through that, it's, as some sort of background, it's important that you choose that right path, right? Now, when you're on that path and you get to your first obstacle, and you're looking at this brick wall, right? I want you to imagine a brick wall that's it seems extremely solid and thick. You look to your left, and as far as you can see, the wall continues. You look to your right, and as far as you look down, all you can see is a wall. It doesn't look like you can run around it, and you look right up, and this wall almost feels like it's touching the clouds. It feels like an impossible feat that you could ever get across this wall, let alone even find a way to get around the wall, right? Have you ever seen, actually a good example, have you ever seen that movie Labyrinth? Old school Jim Henson movie with David Bowie. That movie, when Sarah is trying to get into the labyrinth and she's trying to find the gap in the wall, right? And there's just endless. She decides to start running down a corridor, and she's running and running and running, and it just looks the same, and she starts to get frustrated, and then this little caterpillar gives her guidance and shows her, things aren't always what they appear to be in front of your face. And then she realizes the wall, it looks that it's solid, but as she gets closer and pays more attention and looks for the right way through the obstacle, she finds there's actually a gap, and it was just an illusion that there was a solid wall. And that's exactly the same thing. There's this powerful. You have a far greater ability than you truly realize. It's just yet to be refined and harnessed. It takes practice like anything. You have to go through life to get good at life. You're not born as this all-knowing being that just understands. What fun would that be? Like, seriously, how much joy is it when and this is key, when you really grasp that concept, that it becomes your truth, and it's obvious. You realize you're in control. You're steering the ship. All the stuff that you have to navigate, everything around you that feels like it's coming at you from all angles, all of that is just surroundings. You are the vehicle. You have control more than you might feel you do. And when your life feels so stressful and you feel like you're out of control, just take the next right step. One simple thing. Don't make it overwhelming. You don't have to challenge yourself beyond your current capabilities to the point where you're instilling this belief system that you can't deliver or achieve, because you're it's like it's like a 7-year-old trying to dunk a basketball. Like, it'll come in time, as the child grows and gets taller and practices and gets better at the game. It's likely they'll be able to achieve it. You've got to work with what you have where you are, right? So just taking those initial steps, and then the shift in your mind when you understand that you are steering the ship, being yourself, you as the vehicle, as the vessel to navigate your life, everything changes. When you give yourself the gift, give yourself back the opportunity and the power to take control again. When you realize that, your world expands, just opens beyond what you can ever imagine, because all of a sudden, when you take ownership and you realize and you truly understand the control that you have of your own life, it's endless. There isn't a limit. The possibility, extends as far as you want it to extend. All you got to do is pick. So when you go through that, right, as I say, everyone's facing obstacles. Now the key from here is, you've decided, you know what you want to do, you know what excites you, you know what gives you that fire in your belly, that excitement, the joy in your life, right? The thing that you could spend the rest of your life doing without ever feeling that your life was misused. You enjoy every moment. You have to reverse engineer that path. That's crucial in this, right? When you understand you can't do what needs to be done if you don't know what needs to be done. Now, I'm going to say that again. You can't do what needs to be done if you don't know what needs to be done. All right, so you're right. You're in control now. You understand. You're on the journey. You know what you've got to do. You know what you want to do. You know where you want to go. You know the target. Now you just take those simple backward steps, right? If I'm in my, to super simplify it and dumb it down, right? If I'm in my backyard and I want to travel to my front yard, how do I do it? And if I imagine myself in the front yard, walking down the stairs, through the front door, out through the house and into the backyard, I can just backtrack that. And I know that almost seems like a foolish analogy or childish, but it's important to simplify concepts, because concepts don't need to be complex for them to be valid. So if I know where I want to go, it's far easier to imagine and envision your steps naturally back towards you from where you're trying to get to. All right? If you start at the beginning, at the start of any endeavor, right? And you are looking to the end goal, sometimes it's so far away you can't really see how to get there. And that's probably one of the most daunting things. Anything new, right? You're on this new path, you're experiencing these obstacles, and you know you want to go somewhere, but you can't see the path. You've started on the path and you've hit the first brick wall. And you can't see through the wall, you can't see the path, you don't know where it goes from here. It's hard. How do you follow the path? How do you get where you're trying to get to? How do you achieve what you're trying to achieve if you don't see it? if you don't see the path to that, if you don't know where to walk, you're wandering aimlessly. And all the intention and ambition in the world can't deliver without a path to follow. There has to be a roadmap. Yeah, you might luck out and stumble upon the right way, but would you prefer to spend your entire life guessing, hoping? This life is precious. You only get one shot, as far as we know, right? You've got one opportunity, and we don't know when it's going to end. Would you like to spend 30 years trying to get somewhere with no structure to do so and hope that it happens? Or would you like to structure it and achieve it within, say, 10 years and then spend 20 years enjoying it? I know which one I would rather achieve. I've done both. Believe it or not, I have wandered around on the path thinking that just because I'm on the path, that's enough. I'll just follow it. You have to define it. The path isn't set in stone. There is no one path. You can take many paths. You create your path, right? So if you know the end goal, you can take those backward steps from where the end is and map it back to where you are now. And then you just follow it forward. It almost seems too easy, doesn't it? And a lot of these things, a lot of the concepts, these tools and techniques, the principles that I share with you guys, a lot of them are simple concepts. Sometimes, they're simple, but they're not easy. You've just got to understand, hear it enough times, experiment, experience it till it becomes instinctual, and then it has a different meaning in different ways throughout your life. The same thing changes what it means and how you can apply it. So I think as you're going through this and you're going down your path, one of the challenging things that I think probably stops a lot of people from achieving the success and reaching where they want to be in their lives is that fear. Because you're flying blind. You don't know. You don't know if you're going to make it. That if you knew that you were going to make it for certain, would it be as exciting? Maybe. Would it mean as much to you at the end if you hadn't gone through all the toil and turmoil and earned it? Would your success be fleeting? They say, it comes as quick as it goes, or it goes as quick as it comes. Sometimes if you get things too easily, they don't hold much value for you because you didn't have to earn them, right? So if you're going through that, you are flying blind, and we all are. It's scary. The hardest thing is the fear of knowing that, or the fear of feeling that you put in everything that you've got and it doesn't work. Nobody wants that feeling. Just thinking about it now, imagine that you give it everything, every ounce of your being, and you still fail. Does it matter? What's more important? Would you feel more joy from getting the thing that you were looking for in an easy fashion with less effort? Or would you think that you perhaps might get more from giving it everything you have and not achieving the goal? The rewards in the journey. the struggles you go through, everything that you've been through, everything that you've faced, every obstacle that you've beaten, you've gotten over, you've gone around, you've gone under, you've gone through. No one can take that away from you. You might not, get that end goal, that the last leg of the race, just crossing the finish line. But you're in the race. You run as hard as you can and as fast as you can to the best of your ability. That's a win. You still feel this sense of achievement, and it's almost worth more than the end goal. They say that, it's the journey, not the destination. And ultimately, it's wonderful to achieve whatever it may be that you've set out to achieve, right? But the true gift in everything is who you become along the way. As I say, who could you become? That's what it's about. It's not about material gains, or I live in the biggest house, or my bank account is bigger than yours, or I drive a Lamborghini, or I have the trophy wife. Nice things. Yeah. But who are you at the end of that? Who did you become? Did you do what needs to be done? If you know that you've given it your all, and you can, rest easy at night, and you can feel that peace in your heart because you gave it everything you had, are you not a better person for it? That's the treasure. You can chase the treasure, but that's the treasure. The treasure is what you get along the way to the treasure you think is a treasure. You're chasing something, and it's all the gold within you. It's you. Who could you become? That's all I have for you guys today. I want to leave you with that. I want you to think on that, take it on board, and know that if you do what needs to be done, whether you achieve your ambitions and your goals or not, and you don't know that you're going to, even if you give it your all, there's no guarantee, but you're far more likely to achieve those goals because you've done what you needed to do. You did what it takes. You have that you've gone through the journey, and you've got something special from it that you never realized you would get. All right, so if you're watching this and you're on your path and you're facing the obstacles right now and it feels like you can't get through them, do what needs to be done. If this is the path that you know is your path, take it, learn from it, grow, let it change you, let it shape you, let it do what it's intended to do, because you asked for this. I know people don't ask for problems, but when you ask to grow, growing pains is a thing for a reason, All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here and listening. Thank you for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon to get notified. Each Friday, there are new episodes of the podcast, and I also post other videos of content that may be helpful and beneficial to you in your life as well. And I look forward to talking to you again next week. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.